everyone, welcome back. Yes, I am sitting again for another update video. I'm getting some Navy cuddles in right now. We will be leaving to get Maverick shortly from school. This is his first day back at school in a week. Well, because they had, Thanksgiving break and such. It has been a week. Yes, because last Tuesday was when I was in my accident, which was a week ago. And I have a lot of updates to give you guys. Last time I talked to you was Sunday, which I didn't really know anything because it was the weekend, like how am I supposed to know? Yesterday was Monday and I started calling right away because they opened at like 8 a.m. and so I started at 9 a.m. calling like crazy because it was 6 days and we still did not have a vehicle. Go back to last week. I got in my accident Tuesday. Zach made a whole bunch of calls when I was in labor and delivery because I had to be there for 4 hours to have baby checked out and stuff and make sure everything was okay after the accident. And so Zach made a lot of calls and stuff and he found out like the person I needed to talk to, he had all these phone numbers. So Wednesday I made all these calls. Kids were off school for Thanksgiving break, obviously. I left messages and nothing. Thursday was Thanksgiving. However, the trooper called me and asked me if I was out of the hospital, how I was feeling and stuff, which was really nice. And so then he was working on the report and stuff, the crash report. Thanksgiving, we ended up having dinner at my mom's because she hosted and we could just walk down to her house because we, again, had no vehicle. And I was in so much pain. I was extremely stiff. My neck hurt. It still hurts. I've been icing and icing does help, which is really nice. However, it's not completely gone. Last Friday morning at 8 a.m. I was able to get into an appointment and I had a massage on my neck and then I was adjusted and I did have 3 ribs out and they were making me so sick, you guys. Like I was so nauseous with them, more nauseous. And I had Zach, I said, look at my back. Can you like see or feel if any ribs are out? And he just gently touched my back. And I immediately wanted to throw up. I was in so much pain. And I'm like, I definitely have ribs out. I think it's 3. And I was right. It was 3 ribs. I've had ribs out in the past, like since 2009. Especially when I played soccer in high school. That was when a lot of them came out because I was a rough, aggressive player. Therefore, he got everything back in order. I came home and I pretty much rested Friday. Friday, I did absolutely nothing but ice all day long because he said I needed to ice my neck and ice my back 20 minutes off, 20 minutes on. And so I did that pretty much all day Friday. I was in so much pain. I was taking Tylenol and it was just really rough. Saturday was kind of the same way because we had no vehicle, so therefore we could not leave. I did Friday make calls even though it was Black Friday and I left more messages just in case, you know what I mean? Like you just don't know if they will answer or if they're working. Hard to tell. Saturday morning I also called as well because some businesses, still work on Saturday mornings. And so I called, obviously they were closed, no answer. I'm like, okay, well we don't have a vehicle. And then Sunday and then yesterday. Yesterday I did not have a vehicle. Maverick could not go to school. Savannah rides the bus, so she could. And I felt so bad Maverick couldn't go to school, but I was so determined to get us a rental vehicle. So I called and I spoke with 8 different people. Okay, 8 different people. And they all kept telling me, there's nothing I can do. Only your claim specialist can help you. Only your claim specialist. And I'm like, listen, I need a vehicle. It has been 6 days. I have 3 kids. I am pregnant and I need a vehicle to transport my children from place to place where they need to be, where they need to go. It's not right that we don't have a vehicle. And it was absolutely ridiculous. So I finally ended up, I was on the phone from 9 until about 10:15, got off the phone, and they're like, okay, well, we'll end up calling you back. So I gave them about 45 minutes. It was 11, and I called back again. I needed this figured out because all of the rental vehicle places close at 5 o'clock, and I needed a van. I could not go another day without having something to transport my children. And so I finally called, and they said, okay, well, your head specialist lady is going to give you a call and we are still trying to determine liability. And I said, what do you mean? And they said, well, the crash report isn't public yet. And I said, okay. I said, well, I didn't get a ticket, and I'm not the one who turned and hit somebody on a green light when we both had a green light. And so I had to give my side of the story. Then I got to talk to somebody in liability or whatever, and they asked for my side of the story. I told them, and they kept trying to trip me up on my words, and I am a pretty strong-willed person, and I was getting pretty annoyed at this point because, like I said, I talked to 8 different people. This was the 9th different person. The week before, I called 5 times and left 3 voice messages for the lady that was in charge of our claim, and I had not heard back. So I was getting extremely frustrated at this point. She just kept asking really weird questions to try to trip me up, and I'm like, listen, I have lived here my entire life. I've been driving for 12 years. I've gone through this intersection a million times, and this is how the light works, and you could turn left on green, but you got to make sure that there's no other vehicles. Then you can turn. If there's a vehicle, don't turn, because you'll hit them and get in an accident, and it'll be your fault. And that's what I said on the phone, and because it was just so frustrating. And at the end of talking with that lady, she said, did you get a ticket? And I said, no, I didn't get a ticket because it wasn't my fault. I was going straight on a green light. It wasn't my fault. And that might come off kind of rude and, you know, be wordy, but I don't care. I was so annoyed at this point. She's like, okay, well, she's going to give you a call. At this point, I was waiting for a phone call from the lady that was basically my claim person. I don't even know, like, claim specialist. And I was waiting for her, and I know her name, but I'm not going to say it, but I was waiting for her call, and I got a text that she was going to call, and she finally called, this lady that I have called so many times. And throughout the people I was talking to, one of the ladies had said, well, I don't know why she didn't call you, because she was working, and she was bye and she was perfectly capable of being able to call you back. And I'm like, oh, that's great. I love to hear that I was being ignored and I did not have a vehicle for my children. So she answers, and I am gonna be pleasant on the phone because I'm like, you know what, I gotta be pleasant to get where I want to get, and being rude is just not the way it's gonna go. And so, you know, I answer, I say hi, and she says, you know, we were trying to determine liability because the crash report wasn't online yet, but we were able to determine liability because the woman that hit you, she did say that it was her fault. She turned left on a green light and she hit you, and 99% of the time when you're turning left, that is your responsibility to make sure there's a clear way for you to turn left. And there was, because there was no clear way. She hit me in a green light in the middle of a busy intersection, so she obviously didn't have the clear way. And so they determined with their investigation that it was her fault, and she admitted to it because she said, you know, she was a nice old lady, and so she admitted to it, and therefore we could move on. And that's when she got me a rental vehicle. So I do have a rental vehicle, and I'm so glad that I do. I've been I'm like kind of stressed driving it because I am very careful because it's not my vehicle. You know what I mean? Like when you drive someone else's vehicle, it's very stressful. It is a 2023 Chrysler Voyager. Mine's a 2021, and this one has all the bells and whistles, like heated seats and steering wheel and all that good stuff. But hey, it gets me from point A to point B. That's what's important. So she got me a rental vehicle, and then I said, well, I had to purchase all brand new car seats for my kids. And I said, you know, that's 3 car seats and they have to be replaced. And she said, yes, we will reimburse you for those, because I already bought them because I needed car seats for the kids, you know, just in case. So I had to send her screenshots of my order with the total and my card, that like it wasn't ending, you know, it was my card. Take pictures of the damaged car seats and then send them to her, and I will get reimbursed. And then they asked about my doctor visits and all this and that and bills. So we got that all figured out. We're still debating with that. I'm not going to get into all that with that situation. We're still, you know, going back and forth with that too. So I'm not going to talk about it. That is the update. Everything seems to be going well. I'm still having a lot of neck pain and back pain. It hurts. I've been icing. I've already iced twice today. Baby seems to be doing okay. I am counting his kicks a lot more. Like I sit down multiple times throughout the day to make sure I get my 10 kicks to make sure everything is okay, because I'm just super like, you know, cautious about that. But I wanted to give you guys an update because you guys were all so nice in the comments, and you guys were really worried about me, and so I wanted to let you guys know girls are okay. They've had no signs of anything since the accident. We finally have a rental so I can transport my kids from point A to point B in a safe vehicle, which is really nice. They are sending somebody out either yesterday or today to go evaluate our van and get an estimate, this and that, and they say I only have the rental till the 16th, but it's going to get extended because there's no parts for like anything anywhere. So I imagine I'm going to have this for a while. Hopefully not until, hopefully not. Baby boy could come anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks from now, you know, so he could come anywhere in that time period. So I guess we're going to find out if I'm going to have my van back by then, or if it's going to be fixed, or if it is fixable. We don't even know yet. But I wanted to update you guys. Thank you all so much for the love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you guys in my next video.